My name's Duddits. If you enjoy Destiny 2 builds and quirky combos, this is the channel for you. I do loads and loads of builds, I love them. Today I've got a build, an Arc Hunter build, absolutely fantastic build, all based around the new exotics Triton Vice for glaives. And I'm also going to be featuring two glaives, Edge of Concurrence and Nezaric's Whisper. And we're going to have explosive lightning coming out of our glaives. Look at the state of this. If you want to see how to do things like that, stay tuned. Look at the state of it. It's absolutely disgusting. You're going to have explosive lightning attacks coming out of your glaives. We're going to be jolting everything, creating orbs left, right and centre. And we're going to be focusing on arc weapon surges as well, so we can max out our arc damage. Just look at that. Beautiful. So, Triton Vice, increase the glaive reload speed and melee damage when surrounded. It's a 30% damage increase while you're surrounded. Glaive melee final blows overflow around to the magazine, so you can overflow your mag. And it says glaive projectile final blows detonate if the glaive damages matching your subclass type. I'm on arc. This is what it does on its own, just the Triton exotic gauntlets, causing that arc explosion. That'll change with whatever subclass you're running. Obviously if you're running void, you want to be running a void glaive, but we're focusing on arc today. So just on its own, it's pretty nice. There's the Edge of Concurrence, exotic trait. We'll go a bit more into that. But on their own, they're nice, but we can add shock and awe. Arc final blows while you are amplified. Summon a burst of lightning that damages and jolts targets. So on top of the Triton Vice, we're going to run shock and awe to get even more arc explosions, which jolt targets as well. So that is absolutely excellent for this build. So we can jolt and cause explosions everywhere with our glaives. Edge of Concurrence is one of my favourite glaives ever, one of my favourite weapons ever. When weapon energy is full, consume it before firing to make your next attack do like a chain lightning attack along the ground. Really nice exotic glaive. And then the other glaive that this build will work nicely on is Nezaric's Whisper as well. These both glaives are both very snappy, very fast, very agile. They feel really light in your hands. But again, this is just more clips of the shock and awe and the Triton Vice working together. I've just done it in a normal lost sector just to show it off, but I have got some other clips upcoming. But just look at that, absolutely crazy, jolted everything. And for 1830, 1840 lost sectors, master stuff, this is absolutely fantastic. I haven't had a chance to try it in any of the master dungeons just yet, but I will be. And up to now, it's passed every single test. I've got 1840 footage as well, but just look at the state of this, it's absolutely crazy. Just having the ability just to cause a jolting and massive lightning attacks everywhere. The ad clearance is absolutely crazy. I was getting literally hundreds of kills in nightfalls and lost sectors. It's absolutely nuts. You'll notice on that bottom left as well, I'm creating loads and loads of orbs. This is a consistent theme. This particular build I have focused on being amplified for as long as possible and jolting as many things as possible. That is going to help us out big style on this build, so I'm just going to quickly go over my aspects and fragments to show you that. So the first aspect to show you is Lethal Current. After dodging, your next melee attack has increased lunge range, jolts the target and creates a damaging aftershock. So that is absolutely crazy. Perfect for this build. Flow state, defeating a jolted target makes you amplified, so them two aspects work perfectly together. Also while you're amplified, your dodge recharges quickly and you're more resilient while dodging. Increases your reload speed. With regards to grenades, you can run either a pulse or an arc bolt. Them are two picks. Disorientating blow, because that is also great for blinding, so you can blind and get in with your glaive. Triple jump, gambler's dodge, any super that you want. Now my fragments. The first one to talk about is Spark of Shock. Your arc grenades jolt targets. Next one is Spark of Beacons. While you're amplified, your arc special weapon final blows create a blinding explosion. Spark of Amplitude, rapidly defeating targets while you're amplified, creates an orb of power. And then Spark of Ions, defeat a jolted target, creates an ionic trace. Seasonal artifact perks, Electric Armor, stay amplified for longer. And when your arc subclass is equipped, so you get 20 seconds of being amplified instead of 15. Amped up, get that extra damage resistance while you're amplified again, 20 seconds of being amplified, so it works really nicely. Shock and awe, which we've already talked, this is really good for jolting, excellent for overloads as well. Jolting effects on this build is crazy for overloads. And then lightning strikes twice. After throwing a grenade, you gain increased recharge rate for a short duration. Kills extend that benefit. So with the setup and the Triton Vice, glaives feel particularly nice now, especially projectiling. projectile glaving. It's really nice. Another thing quickly to touch on as well is unstoppable glaive. Watch this with the edge of concurrence, the exotic hunter glaive. The actual chain lightning attack does actually stop unstoppable ogres as well, or whatever unstoppables are there at the time. So it's absolutely fantastic. I really enjoyed making this video. And again, just to sort of clarify, the jolting effects on the arc subclass, with all the jolting that I've showed off, with the shock and awe and all your fragments and aspects, really good for overload champions as well. Really solid. And then on top of that, the glaives, the unstoppable side of it, are absolutely solid as well. But just look at the state, this is just so much ad clearance, it's absolutely crazy. You're just going to get so many double, triple, quad kills, just things coming out the doors like that. Just make sure you're amplified, and then just go to work with your projectile glaives. Like I said, I do want to do a build focused on melee, sort of, with the Triton Vice, getting that 30% while surrounded on your melee attacks, but I think I would need to switch it up to avoid subclass. I'll probably work on that in the next couple of days, but it's absolutely nuts. The ad clearance capabilities is really top tier. And I've just got a quick clip of this spark of beacons just to show you how strong this is as well. Just renders enemies completely useless, and are jolted as well. So all I'm going to do now is quickly talk about my mods for my armor. Right at the end of the video, I'll leave a preview of the build as well, and I'll also leave a dim link in the video description. But we'll start off just on the legs. I like to stack arc weapon surges. 3 of these is 22%. Just having 22% extra damage for your arc weapons is really strong. Not just your glaives, you can run things like hotheads or arc machine guns. Deep Explorer Cloak. On here, I like to run Reaper. After activating your class ability, your next kill spawns an orb, and I also like to run Time Dilation to extend the benefits of the arc weapon surges. I also like to run a bomber mod to get grenade energy back. On my arms, shield break charge. I know it costs 4, but it's really strong. Whenever you break an enemy's shield that matches your damage, that is going to give you an armor charge. And I also run firepower because you get plenty of kills with your grenade. So loads of different ways to get your armor charges for your arc weapon surges. And then kinetic siphon and arc siphon, these create you loads of orbs on top of everything else you've seen. Special ammo finder is an absolute must because you're going to use your glaive loads. And on my chest I always run a concussive damner, and then I also match whatever it is at the time. So if it's like solar incoming, I'll change to solar. And again, I'd recommend running arc reserves on this build. So here's the preview of the build, so you can just pause this whenever needed if I didn't explain it well enough. I'll also leave a dim link in the video description. And don't forget, if you enjoy Destiny 2 builds and the odd weapon review, the odd quirky combo, don't forget to drop us a subscribe. You'll get plenty of content out of me. I post very regular. I hope this build was helpful. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.